Chase.
George?
What am I unplugging?
Unplug the brick. Unplug the brick. The closest one. The closest one.
Why do you have more gushers?
They're mine!
Stop it!
I don't have more gushers. I have those gushers. I haven't had any
They're
yet.
yummy!
Shut up. I can defend myself.
Ah! No, you can't.
You're not allowed.
Why do they have to tell me this contains 0% juice?
Because how would you know if you...
But it's tea.
Dude! The more
But
you
it's
know.
tea.
Green tea.
Hey, you punk! That better not be the smell of slacking off!
It's a kiss, sir. A kiss.
Roger that!
What's a fun house?
Don't hold me back!
Unbelievably dull.
Thirdly, what jolly holiday ideas have you come up with?
All right, which one of you is next?
Step forward.
Penalty!
Hello, welcome to BakaTaka, the world's greatest, strongest anime podcast in the world. Sitting on the left, we have
George.
in the middle, it's
Eric.
and I'm on the right, it's me, Kickpuncher/Chase. And you're listening to BakaTaka Season 2, Episode 6, if I'm not mistaken.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
It has definitely been a while since we began recording.
Well,
Wait.
that too.
Okay, no. So I misspoke there. However, the statement stands. We began recording this
Like an hour ago.
Like I've been
Yeah,
recording
yeah,
for
it
24 minutes at this point.
Mine says 40, but I know it was at least 20 minutes.
Yeah.
we
like
did
before
watch
I
an
started.
episode of Azure Lane.
And we started just talking about random stuff. But what we meant was that we haven't sat down and actually recorded for quite a while. Because it's been weeks. We are behind on the release schedule. I can't open this bottle. I'm having
You need some
I'm
real
having
man.
a lot of issues.
You need a man to open
my
that for you.
goodness.
Yeah, that's tough.
Here, let me...
Just get the tea.
Wait a minute. Let me try.
Here's
Got it.
the.
Aw. I was
There's
like...
no juice in that.
I was like, maybe
Are
I
you
can
sure? Because this is a different. Yep, contains 0% juice.
But yeah, it's been a hot minute since we
Yeah,
recorded.
yeah, it's been a while.
Because it's my fault. I took a vacation.
You
I
took
wouldn't blame
two,
you
if
for
I'm
that.
not mistaken.
What?
You took two, if I'm not mistaken.
No, just one.
It was just one?
Yeah, I was gone for that 1 week. The week we happened to be recording.
Gotcha,
Do we go
I
into that in the
gotcha.
podcast? Is that
I
like?
mean, we can.
Is up
I
to
can
you,
spin
man.
into. I can spin into some JoJo's.
Give us just take us by the landmarks, man. Like, let's just do that off the bat.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
get,
yeah,
get it done.
Yeah. Well, the reason I was gone for the week that we're supposed to record is I took a vacation to go to Rome.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So how long again were you there? Because I, for some reason, thought it was only going to be like just
So-
the weekend, but
No, so I left the 19th
okay.
and I landed technically the 27th, but it was 19th to 26th. I
Okay.
landed like at midnight of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's like the whole time change and everything
So,
when you're flying that
The
way
flying
and
back though is we had extra daylight, so it was even like worse.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
we
right.
were flying into it, so we
'Cause-
had 6 more hours of daylight.
Yeah, because flying to
Mm.
Rome, it's
we were
oh,
flying
it's-
with the sun.
Yeah, it's
But
it's
we were
day when you leave, it's night when you get there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, 6 hours ahead.
Yeah,
And then
And
when we were
then-
coming back, we were
you're fighting
Yeah.
that. Oh man, so it's like, oh right, we left at night and it's day again.
yeah. So we left in the
Oh.
we left in the morning, and we were supposed to get back at like night normally,
Mhm.
but it was
Right.
still like mid afternoon when we landed.
What?
Yeah, it was
Interesting.
I am disappointed because the entire time Eric he had the perfect opportunity to say the phrase, and yet he never did, never once.
He
What phrase?
He wanted me to say, "When in Rome, do as the Romans do."
He never said it.
You
He was
didn't
literally there for
It
almost a
cr-
week.
It crossed my mind a lot.
Did you go to that big fountain, the one that you like throw the money in, and your wishes
There
supposed
was
to
a
come
few
true?
fountains.
There's one that's like really. I'm gonna have to look it up.
I
You just
know.
keep
I know
going.
what fountain you're talking. So to get to that fountain, we'd have to take some back roads, and I didn't want to do that because, funny enough, we got scammed out of $2.
You're
Aw.
super upset about. You told me about this before. You
Yeah.
are super upset
Yeah,
that this happened.
That's why when earlier you said,
Is that the receipt?
yeah, when I was holding out my receipt, and you said, "Is that money?" Because that dude did the exact same thing when he was scamming us. So what the scam is African gentleman comes up to you.
Okay.
It's always African, and they give you a bracelet, and they're like, "Oh, this is an African friendship bracelet," and they tie it on your wrist really quickly, and they tie it on there so you can't get it off.
Yeah.
And then they just keep chatting with you, trying to be friends. It's like a 5 to 10 minute spiel. Then he walks away and comes back and is like, "Oh, can you donate money?" And you're just like, "Wait, what?" So what he's trying to do is, since he gave you something, he's trying to get money for that product. And
But
since
it's not asking for you to pay for
Yeah,
it. He's
it's a
asking for a
donation.
donation, but it's like you
Yeah.
have to
So-
because you've taken something at this
yeah,
point.
so they're taking
Okay.
advantage of your good grace, and it's awkward because it's literally tied on your wrist. You can't like stand there for 20 seconds and tie it off and like throw it on the ground. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna give him some money and get this over with. And he was like, "You got any money in your bag or anything?" I was like, "I got no money." He was like, "You have to have some money." I was like, "Okay, I got $2, American bucks. You can have them." He was like, you have to have more. I saw $5 in there. I was like, "I don't have $5." So I opened up my wallet, and there's literally a receipt that's tilted that has 5 written on it. So when George said earlier, "Is that money to my receipt?" I was just PTSD was all over again. And I was like, "No, I don't have $5." And then he looks to my mom. He's like, "Does she have money?" I was like, "She doesn't have money." We argued for like 5 minutes, and then he finally got fed up, and he gave us like 10 bracelets. And he took all the ones that were in my mom's hand and just walked away.
Man.
Yeah.
He gave you like 10?
Yeah.
Why?
Why is he giving you so many
So
bracelets?
he gives you one. He basically gives each person one, and they ask you to like, do you have family members? Do you have grandkids? Do you have kids? Do you have other kids? Do you have parents?
The more he gives you, the
And then
more
he just
money
starts giving you
he'll
and
be able
giving
to
and
get
giving
out of
you.
it.
Yeah.
Because they're literally worthless to him.
Yeah. So he was just trying to get more money. He was mad because I only gave him $2 American.
This one. Found Fatana de Trevi.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
Did you go there?
I didn't go to that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
So we
You
stayed.
see that in all the movies that are in Rome and have a fountain.
Yeah, I mean we went to a lot of other stuff. So we were like 2 blocks away from the Tiber River, where the Supreme Court building is, the Hadrian Temple. We were like 3 blocks away from the Vatican.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, that's the main reason you went.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, my mom was raised Catholic, and she's always wanted to visit the Vatican.
Can't blame her.
So I made that happen somehow. But I mean, we went to some other stuff.
Did
we
you
went
make that happen? That was like you're the
I
one who like
planned
made
out-
this whole trip happen.
I planned out
Dude,
everything and
good
got it all
on
done.
you.
Dude.
It was so I wouldn't say it was a logistical nightmare, but it was one of those things like when you travel
Mhm.
and you're about to travel, you're just like, I hope everything works.
Yeah.
I
it's-
hope I didn't miss something. I hope it all, because like it was just, we've never flown internationally before, so like I hope the passports work.
Right.
Mhm.
I hope we don't get stopped up somewhere. I got a shuttle from their hotel, so I hope it comes and picks us
Yeah.
up and gets there. I hope the reservation works. I hope there's no issues at the hotel.
Yeah, see, I've never had to be the one planning that stuff, but
Yeah.
I've done multiple international trips, but
Yeah.
that stuff is always insane. Because
Yeah.
my dad would do that for all the missions trip stuff we've been on.
Yeah.
And obviously, you were only doing it for 2. He's doing it for
Yeah.
like, I don't know,
20
what,
people.
20?
Yeah.
I was stressing out
It
over just
gets-
me and my mom.
It
and I was
gets
like,
insane. The
Yeah.
amount of planning that goes into it,
yeah.
That was his part-time job.
basically.
After doing it myself, I was like, yeah, this is what travel agents have to put up with all the time.
It's...
and then like
And it's like, even if you actually know what you're doing, the thing is, every place is different
Yeah.
enough, and there's
Which
always
is-
going to be a language barrier to some
yeah,
extent.
so it was weird over there because Europe, they don't take like card for a lot of stuff.
Really?
So every time we went into like a bakery or a restaurant or like a gift shop or something, I'd have to go up to the front and be like, "You take card?" And they'd be like, no cash only, or we don't take American Express or this or that. Sometimes they just wouldn't speak English. Sometimes, I mean,
Makes sense.
there's a few people there that are like, they were happy to speak English. Like we went to this one pastry shop, lady there, she was happy to talk to us, explain everything that was
Nice.
in each thing.
That's cool.
Wanted to make sure we got exactly what we wanted. That was fun. But we went to this one restaurant, and it was just awkward walking in at first because there's some people cleaning, because it was like off hours, but we were hungry because we were jet lagged.
Yeah.
So we walk in there, and this dude just like stares us down, and I was just like, "Can we have a table for 2?" And he was like, he holds up his hands to his mouth. He was like, "To eat?" And I was just like, "Yes, I would like to eat." And that's like the only time that
Did you still eat there?
oh
or
yeah,
was
we
it
still
like-
ate there. But
Okay, I
that
wasn't
was like
sure.
the only time that I
'Cause-
felt uncomfortable as a tourist.
Because I think and I could just be wrong. I've never been to Europe.
Mhm.
Pretty much all the places I've been in South America. But I think there's places that are like no foreigners. We are strictly.
I mean, it's just
people
like
from here are the only people who get to eat here.
But I mean, it's just like they're on a tourist block because there's hotels up and down the road,
Oh,
and they're
okay,
in
then
the
they
middle of
should
all
have
the
been.
attractions.
Yeah.
I mean, I even looked up all
time.
the Yelp reviews and other reviews, and like happy to serve tourists. Like our waiter was really nice. He was happy to talk to us. Gave us
Okay.
an English menu.
That's
He was
cool.
happy to explain anything.
Nice.
But it's just that one dude just was the one time that made me feel like I don't belong here.
Whoa.
Like he was the most like Italian looking dude too. Like he was tall, he was all tanned up, he had like silver gray hair that was all slicked back. I was just like, this dude is Italian.
You're like, we can just go. Don't worry about it.
But I mean, my mom really wanted spaghetti, like authentic Italian spaghetti.
Authentic spaghetti.
So we went and got some.
Nice.
Nice.
I mean, just planning like we went to the Vatican one day to go to the museums to visit the Sistine Chapel, and you had to. I bought our tickets online.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did that because the day we got there, it was like 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
When we were going up to the door to the museum, people have been lining up since like 5 in the morning, and it was like stretching all the way down the street
To get
going-
like same day tickets kind of thing.
And it was like going around the wall. The
I'm not even
Vatican.
surprised.
I was just like, holy moly. So then we finally get inside and we're just packed like sardines in there. Like it's just you can't. So there's tourist group after tourist group after tourist group. We were just in there for individual viewing.
Yeah.
And it's just like you get past one tourist group and there's another one right in
one.
front of you. And it's just
Oh.
like waves of people moving. It was hard to view anything.
It's like a bad convention.
Yeah, it was so hard to view anything, but it
Yeah.
was still cool that we got to like see the Sistine
Yeah,
Chapel
yeah.
and
It's a
everything.
good thing to be part of, like, to see the history,
Yeah,
but
it was just
don't know if you need to do it twice.
it was crazy going through it. So I'm glad I got the ticket online. If you ever go to the Vatican, get a museum ticket online. Holy moly.
Do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I mean that's what I did there. So when I was in the Vatican, the only thing I could think of was that Sabaton song, The Last Stand, where they talk about the Swiss Guard coming in to defend the Pope.
Oh, man.
I could only think of that song. And then I went to go visit the Colosseum, and all I could think of was it didn't look like this in JoJo's.
It didn't?
Yeah, so in JoJo's it's literally just like a street in front of the Colosseum.
Yeah.
And they walk in and it's like it's literally like a tiny brick street outside front. There's nothing like that there. Like there's a road that goes beside it, but there's like construction work going around it, like tours everywhere, like ways to guide you inside. I was like, this is not JoJo's didn't get me ready for this.
Yo, now to be clear, JoJo's is not set in current day either.
Right.
When was part
Wasn't
Part
it the
5 is
90s?
recent, or yeah,
90s, early 2000s?
yeah, it's sort of recent.
sort of recent?
Yeah, but it still didn't look like that.
Yeah, so they look like
So
that.
there was no convenient road that nobody was on in front of the Colosseum.
Interesting.
Sorry, JoJo.
So, that's
'Cause
pretty cool.
Even at night, it's filled.
Really?
Yeah, because
So
they
it's
do
open,
they
like-
do night tours and stuff like that, night events.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's why
Nice.
we missed that week of recording.
Well, hey, I'm glad you had your trip, enjoyed it, had
was
some
fun.
fun.
It
Sounds
was
like
cool.
an adventure.
It was so I wouldn't travel to Europe. So after traveling there, I said to my mom, I was like, we're either going to travel somewhere that speaks English or you can translate Korean. Because it was a nightmare trying to do a lot of stuff. Because
Right.
even if they had signs in English, it was like unconventional English or broken English.
Right.
Bro, you gotta get that Google Translate. Just pull out your camera. boop,
That's
done.
probably what they did. Was Google
That's
Translate
probably how
and
they
made
got
the
it.
sign. Yeah.
Nice.
So-
Then you're taking that and translating.
Yeah. So it was fun,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't do it again anytime soon.
Yeah, those vacations, they're cool,
Mhm.
but you don't want every vacation to be like that. Some
Yeah.
vacations you just want peaceful, relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like next if I went to somewhere like in Europe again, like if I went to Spain or something, it'd be like a destination trip to like a resort that I would just like relax on the beach
Yeah.
or something.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Not where I have to go around and talk to people and
Mm-hmm.
try to figure my way out around the city, because half the time I held my phone up and was looking at Google Maps trying to walk around everywhere.
Right.
Just go to London where it's like almost English.
Yeah. Yep. So that's my enjoyment. Trying to spin it
Nice.
around with JoJo's, and it looks nothing like JoJo's. So
All right. Well, we'll move it over to the news. You guys got any news?
there's a bunch of Pokemon news getting dropped.
There is.
I saw some stuff. I haven't looked at any of it, but
like they're releasing types and stuff.
I
Like,
noticed they announced some new Pokemon stuff. I saw some things on Reddit where it was people making fun of typing of different things, where that new Weezing evolution.
Yeah, so the new Weezing is fairy typing,
but then this unicorn-looking one isn't.
Yeah, so they released Surfar Fetched.
Okay.
They released the Galarian Weezing is fairy typing.
Yep.
They released the Galarian Ponyta as psychic type.
Okay.
And people are up in arms because they haven't released the starter form evolutions yet. Yeah.
We're gonna get a two-legged fighting fire.
What if they don't release any of that and you just got?
I kind of hope that,
you just get surprised with whatever you get.
In the past, people were demanding information all the time,
Right.
and then they got upset to Game Freak because they're like, "You're releasing too much information." So this time they're only kind of releasing a little bit at a time and not releasing like huge information. Now everybody was like, "Why aren't you giving us what we want?"
People are never happy.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's weird because it's like Pokemon is one of the only games it happens with in this way. People always want more information or less information about a game, but Pokemon is a little bit of an outlier because people want very, very specific things.
but just like the crazy thing with Pokemon is the moment it's up on the store or it's downloadable, people are going to data mine it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be data mined to hell and back. And everybody's going to have the base stats of everything, all the changes, all the immediate effects of like when Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee came out.
Right.
People were already making competitive teams and stuff because everybody data mined everything.
Yeah.
Like, I just loaded up the game and then I heard on a stream, was like, did you hear they changed teleport to work like Baton Pass? And I was like, how would you find this out? And it's just people data mine it like crazy. So
it's insane.
Yeah.
Have you, not we, because Jason and I don't really follow it, but have you heard anything more about global Pokédex stuff? What they're going to do with that?
I mean, I think it's still the same information of they're not all Pokemon are going to be in the game.
So do we have do the people in the competitive scene, do they have any idea how they're going to deal with that? What's going to happen?
So I mean, obviously on like Smogon is they can have a there'll be a ladder of like all Pokemon.
Yeah.
There'll be a ladder of like Galarian game only. And that'll probably be the official one because that's the official sanctioned in the game, right? Like in game, like that's what you're capable of. So that'll be the official ladder. Then the other ladder will be all Pokemon, but that won't be official, right?
So will that one get updated with the stats of Pokemon in this game, and anything that doesn't make it into this game will just stay what it is, kind of thing?
Probably.
Okay. So if that, but I mean,
people have worked around limited stuff anyways.
Yeah, because that shouldn't really, if it changes the tier, it changes the tier.
Yeah, so like when X and Y came out, the VGC rules were you can't use like Pokebank. You can only use what's available within the game, capturable within the game.
Okay.
So I mean that like people make the meta teams, but it's just like, well, they've worked around it because like this is only available in this region. We can make teams. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Competitive players won't care. It's literally, I think, just Reddit blowing up. It's just,
because people do like the national Pokédex, and honestly, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
My question is, not really even a question. It doesn't necessarily mean that the national Pokédex isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
They've been doing a lot more with DLC stuff and adding things onto games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be super surprised if that doesn't end up happening with Pokemon.
I wouldn't be surprised if they add if they finally do patches for a Pokemon game. I wouldn't be surprised if they do DLC for a Pokemon game. I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, I also wouldn't pass Game Freak to just let the game ride how it is because that's how they've done it for the past.
True.
Even when they've had the capability to patch and add DLC, they haven't.
Yeah, they're gonna make money either way, so why do it?
Yeah,
it's just extra work for them, really.
So I mean, I think this gen and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are literally entirely experimental.
I'm fine with that.
So I mean, like, it's fine with me too. Just like if you want to mess around and make the next gen even better, that's what you had to do with DS. That's what you had to do with 3DS.
I mean, that's essentially the same risk they took with Breath of the Wild.
I mean, that's what
they did something completely different, and it paid off really well.
I mean, it's what they have to do with each gen. Like they have to go from cutting corners to having, well, we can add color now, to like, oh, we can add more spriting, we can add more scripting, we can fix our coding, to we can have 3D models, to we have a fully functioning moving camera.
It doesn't have to be grid-based movement anymore.
So I mean, it's just if they want to experiment with this gen to figure out how to future-proof it, more
Do
power
it.
to them.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I think the things they're including now, the Pokemon that are available in the wild based on weather
Yeah.
and seasons and
Just
stuff.
like-
I think that's really cool. I mean,
Even the dumb things that I probably won't do,
yeah.
but like rating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that'll be cool. I think just the idea that I can slap it on like a 42-inch TV and have a free moving camera and playing an actual Pokemon game
Yes.
that's not like Coliseum or something, it sounds great to me.
Nice.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to pick that up.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I know within the time since we recorded last, I think it was like Tokyo Game Show went on or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, something went on. And I know 2 games that they announced that I was excited for was they announced Gungrave Gore,
Okay.
which is
I have not heard of it.
yeah, it's the Gungrave games that were on PS2 and stuff like that. They're
Mhm.
making a new one for PS4.
Okay.
So looks
Nice.
really cool. I'm excited. Looks really nice.
Mhm.
Looks fun. A lot of shooting.
Yeah.
And then they're also making a oops.
Your battery's low.
Look what you've done.
Dude, I ruined everything.
You're ruining our experience.
Look what you've done.
And then also they're making a Sakura Wars game, a new Sakura Wars.
Oh
game.
yeah, I saw that.
Looks really cool. I'm
So
excited.
I know they're making a new Sakura Wars, and then I know this was released a while back, but they're finally bringing over Super Robot Wars.
Yeah.
So those are like the 2 big ones
Yeah.
that like people are pumped up about.
And they showed off more about the new Guilty Gear coming out.
oh yeah, you
Looks
told me
really
about it.
cool. Yeah. Soul Bad Guy got a new design, and the other guy, not Jin,
Mhm.
has a new design. Yeah.
You can't
Act-
remember his name.
Yeah, all of them had new designs, and they've released what's it called? They have Axel and May coming.
Okay.
So those are the 4 characters they have announced so far.
So, Death Stranding,
Yes.
Yes.
that comes out, is it this year?
It comes
Yeah,
out in
early
November.
next year.
No, this comes out in November.
Oh, so they're doing a special edition with that where you get like a see-through orange controller.
Yeah,
apparently,
I
that
saw
kind of
that.
looks like
Yeah, I saw that.
the baby capsule thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the Bridge Baby.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Still,
I'm looking at it.
Still don't know anything about that game. I'm
We
so
don't know
excited.
anything. That's one where people want information and they aren't giving it to them. Good. That looks really cool. I don't know. If I have the money to pick that up, I might. I'm not sure if I'm going to, just because I plan on getting a new phone soon. Which leads me into the next thing. Pixel. Google's having their Pixel announcement the 15th. So just a couple more days, we're going to find out all the stuff that hasn't been leaked
There's so
yet.
much crap happening on the 15th.
Really? What else?
Dire Maul is getting released in World of Warcraft.
Dire Maul.
Yeah. So they're releasing Classic WoW in phases.
Oh, wait, I just realized I don't care because Blizzard doesn't stand
Well,
for
we're not
Hong
going to
Kong.
talk about that here.
Why not?
Because I don't want to bring political opinions right here.
Stand with Hong Kong.
George, we were so close.
But seriously,
We try
though,
so
freedom
hard.
is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
next.
Okay, moving on.
All right, skip the phone crap.
Oh,
No, don't. I love it.
we're skipping the phone crap. Did you see
Whatever.
Code Vein
it's out.
finally
yeah,
came
yeah.
out? It came
Yeah.
out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Have you seen the character creation on that
Yeah,
game?
yeah.
People have been making such cool like things on it. Like they're literally recreating anime characters in there.
Seriously?
Yeah, people made like Asuna's, Kirado's, like
Ooh.
any anime character you can think of, people have made it.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The character creation on that game is phenomenal.
Code Vein, if you haven't heard of it, it's like Weeaboo Dark Souls.
It's Weeaboo Dark
I've heard.
Souls Monster
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you play the game. It's 2-player, right? So you either play the game with an AI who just kind of bumbles around and does whatever,
Oh, okay.
or you get a friend and take down big monsters, Dark Souls style.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is it online at all?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Okay, so
Yeah.
like open world online or
But it-
online like multiplayer?
So
it's
there-
just
there's
you
a
and
story-
friends across. the
It
thing.
seems there's a story, and
Yeah.
it seems like the story is more engaged in this compared to like the Soulsborne games.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
stuff like that. Like it actually focuses on the story when you play
Yeah.
through the story
Gotcha.
and stuff.
And
Because there's like
we're not
cutscenes
like
and stuff.
comparing it directly to Soulsborne. It's
Yeah.
not from software.
Yeah, yeah,
It's,
it's-
just combat style is.
It
akin
looks
to-
a lot like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Combat is akin to like more Neo Soul style.
Yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
it's got a very anime character designs
Yeah.
on it. And
But
so-
I mean, I'm pumped up for it.
Yeah.
I'd gladly get that game and go through it with
Yeah.
somebody. It looks like a ton of fun.
I mean, I've seen it on the front page of Steam every time I've opened it recently, and I thought it was related to God Eater, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
I knew
thought-
nothing about
I
it. It
thought so
just
too,
gave me
looking at the
God Eater
arts,
vibes.
but
Yeah.
it looks really good, and it's got a lot of good got a lot of good reviews, especially for that character creation. It's so cool.
Okay, I do like good character creation,
Yeah.
Like-
but then you end up doing that for a couple hours and not playing the game.
Well, I mean that's the so people. I think they have thing like The Sims and stuff, where like you can upload it to a thing and you can download it so other people can use it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think they have like a cloud service that you can upload to. And
Also, Luigi's Mansion 3 comes out the end of this month on Halloween.
Hey.
I am so excited. I'm literally taking Halloween off to play it. I've already pre-purchased. I'm getting double the gold coins.
See, why didn't they put that out like a week before? For I get Nintendo
Because
doesn't care about
Halloween.
Nintendo
Yeah,
doesn't care about
it's-
YouTube. We already had this
yeah,
conversation.
we had that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't care about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, they hate YouTube.
Finally, PlayStation 5 got a release window.
Oh, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Holiday 2020.
And it got confirmed that it is called the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Are they the only system or company to announce the next gen?
I think so.
Yeah, official.
I think
next gen,
there's rumors and stuff. Well, not
There's
rumors,
about
obviously.
all, yeah.
Yeah, obviously Microsoft is working on whatever their next Xbox
Yeah,
is going
and
to
then
be.
the Google
Stadia.
Yeah.
Thing.
Well, that's...
Which they made a bold claim.
Oh yeah.
They said
streaming only.
we're going to be better than any console because we're basically going to have negative latency on our.
How do you do negative
I don't know, but they literally use the term negative latency.
That's impossible.
You guys remember the Ouya?
I remember the.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
That's
See,
all I
the thing.
think of.
Do you
when I
remember
think
the
of
N-Gauge?
Not gonna lie. So I saw the Stadia email and I was like, $129 for the Founders Edition. I get the fancy color controller and stuff. I get a couple other things. Which, quite frankly, if you do the Founder Edition, you get
That's a cheap console.
You get a
Yeah.
Chromecast, but you get a Chromecast Ultra with it, which by itself is $60.
I was going to say that you can.
Yeah, so you're really not paying that much for it. It's actually really cheap.
But do you
I
have to
got
like?
the email at work, and I was like, "Crap, I'm just gonna do it." So I opened it up and pulled it out, and I was like, left my wallet in my car, and I don't have my
that number on the
my
back.
credit card stuff information
Yeah.
here.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, "All right, well, I can't do it now. I'll do it at home." And then I got home, and I was like, now that I've had time to think it over, I really don't need this.
I mean,
I want to just to see if it works.
Right, like I'm in the same boat where like I want to get it just to see how it functions, what I can do with it.
Yeah.
But then I've been thinking long and hard about my actions and how I do things now.
Good.
I'm just like I'm only going to play World of Warcraft. So I'm literally I'm going to play World of Warcraft and Pokemon.
Well, just stop playing World of Warcraft.
That's why I said and Pokemon.
Yeah, but just stop playing World of Warcraft
I'm not
completely.
playing. I'm not stop. I'm addicted.
Stop
I
it.
can't stop. I need help.
Stop it. Get some help.
Come on.
But I was just sitting there. I was like, I'm only going to play like World of Warcraft and Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's going to be a literal waste of money if I
Good
get the
choice.
Stadia.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
All right. You guys have any more news?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, then we'll move over to
that's
what we've been
everything.
watching / playing. Who wants to go first?
Oh my, this is a big old list.
I
I'll
Like,
go first.
we've had a lot to catch up on.
I'll go first. I'm pretty sure I know exactly the things I've done. So
I mean, I can bounce on. I've been watching some of the same stuff you've been.
you
watching.
have? Okay, then we
I
can
mean, we
kinda-
all watched Azure Lane.
I'm pumped up to talk about it. But
yeah. We'll put that on the side.
So, playing, I think I've only actually played like one thing recently.
Okay.
I have beat Apollo's Justice, Ace Attorney. I don't.
Yeah.
Which one is that called? I don't know the
Apollo
actual.
Justice?
I'm pretty sure it's Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
I'm
because the
pretty-
next
I'm
one
pretty
is
sure it's
Justice
just
for
Apollo.
All, and then there's the Spirit one. Anyway, I finally beat that. I decided I'm going home. I'm playing a game, and I'm gonna
I
actually
remember
beat
this.
something.
yeah,
So I pick it up. I open up the game like, okay, I remember where I am in the story. It's been like a year and a half, 2 years at this point. I actually remembered enough of the story that I didn't feel like I had to go and do everything again, which is nice.
yeah.
So I'm playing through. I'm in the middle of a court session. Finish up the court session. Game ends. I'm done. I literally put the game down with one court session left.
Yep.
The entire game, I put it down. I had literally one session,
How
which
long
was
did,
like,
how long ago did you put it down?
15, 30 minutes to beat. The game was over. And I put it down for like a year and a half, 2 years, somewhere in that range.
Yes.
So I was like,
What a
cool,
dork.
I finally beat a game, but I barely played the game to beat it. That being said, still great. I love the Ace Attorney games.
Yeah.
Now I can move on to Justice for All and play that at a snail's pace.
Yeah.
Have any of you played the new Link's Awakening?
No, I've watched a little bit of gameplay.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's the same thing as the old one, which
Yeah.
I played.
I
I
was-
never beat it, but
Yeah,
I played a little bit of the Game Boy one. I just didn't know if anybody actually picked it up.
yeah. I've only played the Game Boy one.
Yeah.
thought about picking it up just because it looks really good, but
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna play
I thought
it.
about picking it
so-
up because I played the original.
Yeah.
But then I had the conversation with myself. I was like, I'm just going to play World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
and eventually Pokemon. I hear you.
I like
hear ya.
playing that World of Warcraft.
So that's the only thing I've played. As far as watching, though,
Ooh.
let's see. I've watched episode 1 of Azur Lane.
Hey.
I plan on
Barely.
dropping it.
I gave it a 9.
I don't. There's not a problem with it. I think you said it best. If you are not familiar with the game, you're probably not going to enjoy the
It's a
show.
nightmare to follow.
You were right. There had to be at least 30 plus characters in just the first episode. It's insane. You can't keep track of them all.
Can't even
Now-
remember how many had voices.
To be fair, doesn't necessarily make you try to keep track of them all, but it was also only on Funimation, which I don't have, and I learned today that their subs are not as good
On the
as Crunchyroll.
PS4, they're bad.
Is it only the PS? Why
Yeah,
are
because
they-
it's not like that on PC.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait,
it's-
what?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't
it's,
know.
it's something through their app or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're mostly focused on dubs. If you remember when they
That's
them and
true.
Crunchyroll did the
That's
thing.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, still, I don't have Funimation, so I probably won't be watching it. Let's go through these other shows. And unfortunately, Mal only has the Japanese names, and I'm not going to try to pronounce those.
See, if you had the picture versions of them,
I have
You can
started
pull up.
watching. I'm gonna try to say this right.
Oh, that's the 7 one.
Choyoyu, high school prodigies have it easy even in another world.
I picked up this because you told me about it the other day.
I didn't even plan on picking this up. Like, I went through the list and I was like, okay, these look good. I'll put them on my list. And then I was just scrolling through Verve and I saw this and I was like, what is that? I clicked on it. I'm like, well, it's Isekai. I gotta watch it.
does this have to know?
I don't think it's gonna be good. I don't expect a lot,
It's so bad.
but I enjoyed enough to keep watching. It's literally just 7 of basically the world's smartest high schoolers
Yep.
playing Crash. They're in a fantasy world, and now they're
Wait,
just
Crash
gonna...
Team Race?
What?
Crash Bandicoot?
No,
No.
they're playing
A
Crash.
little.
Oh,
plane
I thought you said
crash.
they're playing Crash.
No, a plane crashed.
Sorry, my lips were numb earlier.
Calm down. No, so now they're in another world, and basically they're going to be super geniuses and stuff, and I don't know. They're basically going to do what Slime did. Probably.
okay,
They're just going to build up their own civilization
I mean,
and make the world a better place.
They
like a
explain it in
town.
the synopsis. Everything that they do. It's
They,
like
they actually did, like, talking
Yeah.
about, like, making power.
yeah,
and
they
this
develop
and-
electricity, overthrow a corrupt government, and like establish like trade. And all
Yeah,
this.
there's, like, spoilers in that synopsis.
Well,
We've only had one episode.
Yeah, my issue with the show was some of the characters seem
Super
absolutely
bland.
useless.
Yeah.
And
like
some
the
seem-
magician.
Yeah, and then some
What?
seem giga broken, like the inventor
Yes!
or
That
the doctor
inventor-
that can heal anything.
Yeah, what's up with that? Because one of these kids, he's a prodigy
Yeah.
magician. He's the world's best magician.
Magician.
Even the world's best magician wouldn't be described as a prodigy
Yeah.
or any kind of genius, really.
So I mean, so
I think.
They
I don't
did-
know. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a subset of people who would be like, that man,
so
he's a genius.
He's got the
And I'm
he's
into
got the
magic. Like,
smarts.
I
Yeah.
love me a good magician, but even I'm like,
So in the show they explain that there's magic in the world. So if he's some giga busted like actual magic user,
yeah,
it will kind of redeem his character.
Right.
But as of right now, he seems useless.
he does.
He
Like,
just-
literally, he's the same as the psychic guy or whatever from Dr. Stone, basically.
Oh, the
He's not like
what's
that
his
kind of
face? Yeah.
character, but that's essentially what he's good for, just
Yeah.
tricking people.
Yeah.
That's
you're a fool.
So,
Sora.
like to me,
you know, I actually got a little bit triggered when he was like doing that thing where he caught up to him and like convinced him, no, don't tell him
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm like, but you can't do that. There's no way magic can do that. You're cheating.
Yeah.
You're just using the fact
he's
that
the
this
cheat
is
magician.
he's using the fact that this
I
is
thought about it.
anime to
He's-
do things that not real magicians could do.
He's the
You're
isekai
cheating.
cheat
So, like,
magician.
whenever I was thinking about his character, I was like, he's that retarded like Chuny friend
Yeah.
you have in your group of like giga prodigies.
yeah.
And you're just like,
Yes.
he's couldn't quite make the cut, but we needed 7.
Is he a main
Yeah.
character or is he just
He's a main
one-
character.
Is all 7 of them the main characters?
Yeah, they're all
Okay,
7.
gotcha. So he's not like
Yeah.
so he's not
There's-
like one of the main, even though
Just like-
There's the
okay.
politician, the
Yeah.
financial guy,
Gotcha.
Doctor.
Is one of them, like,
inventor,
the
specifically
doctor,
the main
inventor, the
character?
magician,
swordsman,
the swordsman,
Is one of them
What's
more
the
main
last
character
one?
than the rest?
journalist, ninja
the
journalist.
ninja journalist.
Is one of them more main character than
Yeah,
the rest
the,
of them?
politician.
political leader is.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
he's the one who
gotcha.
oversees them all.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
he's literally the prime minister of Japan
Nice.
as a high schooler, and he was
Nice.
reelected.
Yeah.
So he probably
Oh,
was it as a middle schooler
And he's-
too.
He's like, sorry guys, gotta go to class.
He's the number 1 politician in the world.
The number because they rank them now.
So it's very. It's dumb fun. Like,
It's
you know,
so
it's
weird.
stupid. But the only thing that bothers me is the magician. Because, like, there's one scene in there that's like, oh, we have everybody, like, working on their
right,
individual abilities. As he's saying that, they're walking by the magician, putting on a show for the kids and entertaining them.
right.
While the other ones are, like, chopping firewood, establishing trade for their new government,
Yeah.
inventing things with a nuclear reactor. And, like,
It's insane.
I'm just like, he's just putting on a magic show. I'm just like, I hate him so much.
It's I don't know what to expect.
I'm gonna
but
keep watching.
I'm gonna
guys.
keep watching it because I hope it's kind of a dumpster fire, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone is still holding up.
Dr.
Not having any issues with that.
I mean,
If you
I need to
like
watch
it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
I'm
It's-
just waiting for it to finish. So
I think it will be more enjoyable if you just watch it once through and just let all of it unfold. Ooh, yes.
Is this-
Soul Firefighters.
Yay!
I always forget the actual name. Soul Firefighters.
Fire Force.
Fire Force. So it went on a break, but we just got a new episode today. So I plan on
Nice.
watching that soon when we're done. I love that show. I really like it.
I'm enjoying it. I still haven't watched past when whatever they got. What's her face?
What?
Yeah, whenever they slapped her in the face and they're
Come
like,
on,
you can be a
man.
good person too.
That's actually good. They kind of
Yeah.
just finished an arc that took a couple episodes. It was like the first thing that actually took a couple more than just like 1 or 2 episodes
Right.
to finish. So it's good. That's a good show.
I remember you watched that, or you told me, I don't know if you actually did watch it, but you told me you were going to watch that wrestling one.
I haven't found that yet. Where is
Oh,
it on
okay.
Crunchyroll?
It's on.
Is it start? Has it even started
It's
airing?
I know Funimation has it, and it's on Verve.
So
Is it on Verve?
what Soul?
No, there's some wrestling.
Kimono Michi Rise Up. I'll just read the
Yeah,
synopsis.
just read the
'cause this
synopsis.
sounds beautiful.
You're gonna love this.
Professional
I saw
wrestler
this.
and animal lover Shibata Genzo is suddenly summoned to another world. Greeted by a princess, she requests to get rid of the evil beasts roaming in this world. Outraged that he was asked to kill monsters, Genzo German, he has a different name now, suplexes the princess. Unable to get back to Earth, he decides to live a peaceful life and manage a monster pet shop.
I need to watch. This.
I have not read a better synopsis in a long time. So I need to find a place to watch this, but I will definitely be watching this.
I'm gonna watch
Because
this too.
that sounds
I think is it on Funimation?
It is on Funimation right now.
Okay.
it
I-
sounds
yeah.
amazing. We also have a new season of Nanatsu no Taizai, Seven Deadly
Hey.
Sins.
I've heard some bad things about it.
Well, it's got a new studio apparently.
Studio Dean.
What else has Dean done, and why don't we like that?
Konosuba,
Wait,
Fate
Konosuba's
Stay
great.
Night,
Fate's Day Night, the original.
the
Fate Stay
original.
Night.
Yeah. What else did they do? They did
Pupa.
Pupa.
I've never seen Pupa. I
Don't.
don't want to see
Don't.
Pupa.
It's garbage.
It's a slideshow.
Don't ever watch Pupa.
So only Konosuba's the good show they've done.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yes, and Konosuba, if I'm not mistaken,
Like
what's it called?
objectively good.
They basically they had their character designs not like solid or whatever, so
They
that
have
way
very
so they could make them so they could do like that artistic like bend or whatever.
It's
flop
so
when you look
good.
to see or whatever.
It's fun. I love
So,
that
yeah.
show.
That's why they made them stupid. looking.
Konosuba's getting a movie, or it has a movie.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
a
So we should have a chance to watch that soon over here. Let's see. There's a couple other shows, and there's just all these names I don't know in Japanese. I'll get to this one.
Excuse me, I'm dying.
Okay, let's see if I can read this. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life?
Oh, this is the one we watched the trailer of.
We have had, we watched the trailer a while back.
Yeah.
Now the show is airing.
Mm-hmm.
First episode is out. Maybe
Second episode's out.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay, it wasn't when I watched it, but I watched it like 2 or 3 days ago.
But no, the first episode's just out.
So-
I only watched the first episode.
I'm having fun. Literally, this girl gets reincarnated and she's like, I was not average in my last life, and because of it, I had basically no friends. She was like that super preppy girl in her
Right.
class. She was just perfect grades, perfect everything, and everyone was too intimidated to be her friend kind of thing. So she didn't like that. So she has to be average in the next world she went in. Turns out the next world she goes into, it's average for her, but
Mm-hmm.
there's also a very powerful dragon. So the average is a little off base.
So
So basically she's got half the power of this
Yeah.
like super dragon.
So he explained it. So they said they didn't average her against like humans, like they averaged her against the creatures of the world.
Yeah.
It's like we have weak creatures, but there's also this giga powerful elder dragon.
Yeah.
So she's in the middle. So she has half the power of an elder dragon
Nice.
on top of her latent like thinking ability, her analysis ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she still has like essentially the same mental capacity
Right,
as she
right,
did
right.
before, because she's the same
Yeah.
person.
It's the same person.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then she was also born into some kind of royalty family too
Yeah.
in her new life.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she had all that going for her too.
Yeah.
So she just wants to be average, but she's not really average. And she
Yeah.
meets a bunch of other people who are different, character tropes.
Yeah.
The tsundere,
The female that looks
Bimbo.
like a male knight.
yeah. And finally, the best show airing this season, SAO, Alicization
Hey.
War of Underworld. I am pumped.
Are they past
for
the
this.
recap episode?
We have only got the recap episode. You know what? I loved it. I
Did you actually watch it?
I did.
Why wouldn't he?
So, okay, in my defense, no, there's not really a way to defend. I think
There's
there was. I think there was actually some original animation in it, so I don't think it was
Okay.
just straight up. Oh, here's a slideshow of things that have happened before, just different voiceover
it's-
explaining it.
But it's like the Goblin Slayer recap episode that was slapped in the middle of it with 13
Okay,
episodes
see now
before.
that was weird. That didn't need to be there. However, this one came at the end of a 30-something episode, waited several months, and then happened. So it makes a little more sense.
A little more sense.
And I will say,
I still hate recaps.
things that happened in the recap, I had actually forgotten about already. So
Whoa.
it was good that I got
It's
the
almost
recap.
like it recapped you.
But I also it did recap me.
Caught you back up.
Nanny?
Call me back up. But I enjoyed seeing God tier Kirito
God-kun.
and Alice and Yu-Gi-Oh and Asuna and everyone else just having fun.
I'm understanding
Mostly
that
not
these,
having fun. They didn't have a lot of fun.
these
to be
characters'
honest. They're
names
kind
that
of
I don't
mid.
recognize
I
are the
don't
new
know
ones.
any of these
They're,
besides,
they're,
like-
What are
they're
you
the new
talking
ones.
Yeah, there's...
So I'm like,
Did you say
anyone?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Is that
Isn't it
Alicization
like Yu-Gi-Oh?
character?
No,
Is that-
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Whoa, whoa.
No.
Are these Alicization characters?
Yes.
Okay, that's
I
what
don't
I
like
thought. That's
them.
what I was saying.
Why
Is,
don't you-
is Kirito
Swatch
building
us.
more of his harem?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's a yeah.
Okay. No.
Wait a minute. I don't think they are. Isn't it just him in this game or whatever, as the main past character?
So he's the only person in this virtual world. Everyone else is kind of like an artificial intelligence thing.
right. Oh, so he's playing a single player VR game.
He's stupid.
It's more like he's playing a single player. Hey, make sure I don't die, kind of thing.
So he's
Oh,
got
so
Dark
he's
Souls.
trapped in the game.
You don't know this. You don't know this. Okay.
Wait a minute.
You
Is he
don't-
trapped
Let me
in-
just give
wait.
you-
No, don't spoil it for me.
I'm not gonna give you the. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna tell you. Alicization starts. He's doing some experiments with this guy. They're VR stuff. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
has a little bit of a specialty in the area of
Yeah,
VR.
yeah.
So he's doing this work. Anyway, one of the Death Gun guys shows up. You know, season 2.
Wait.
Yeah, in real life, dude like wigs out. One of the guys they didn't actually end up catching.
Right.
Attacks Kirito and Asuna. Pushes Asuna out of the way.
Get out
He
the
gets he gets injected with this poison or whatever. Basically sends him into cardiac arrest. He's in that state for a couple minutes, causes brain damage, and they're like, "Hey, we're the only pieces. The people he was doing the research stuff with.
Right.
They're like, hey, we're the only people who have any kind of hope of helping him get back. So they do that, And then essentially they put him in this world, and kind of the whole reason for it is
Like the same reason Yuki was in the other world in Mother's Rosario. The other Yuki.
no. Well, yes and no. She was in the world
Because
as
her
just,
body was
because her body
dying.
couldn't do
Yeah,
anything.
he's
but
in
she
this
could do
world
stuff.
because his mind's going crazy.
So his mind is actually damaged, but in this world he can basically be put in as a child, and his brain can essentially be triggered so that it'll build itself back up, kind of thing. He's triggered. No. It's just so that his brain can kind of rebuild itself at like a super fast speed, because that's also in the nature of their research.
Gotcha.
Don't you just,
So
call the cops and get him to a medical professional in this
No, he'll
situation?
die
they
by
are
that
the
time.
medical professionals.
He died by
Otherwise,
that
he would
time.
die.
He'd
They
be
did do that.
KO.
They did do that, but they were like, yeah, he's got brain damage. He's just going to die or be a vegetable forever. And they're like, well, actually,
Anime
we've
was
got
a
some new tech. We
mistake.
can do this. Anime was a mistake, but SAO is a
Biggest
beautiful
of all.
mistake. A beautiful big mistake, and I love it. Just watch Alicization.
Why don't we just watch Ready Player One?
Okay.
I need to catch up to get back to Alicization.
Wait for this second.
Second half. Second
Yeah,
season.
it's the second season of Alicization.
Second quarter. Well, no,
Yeah.
it's not second quarter.
So it's Sword Art Online 3,
Yeah.
Part 2.
it was.
Oh, they're going with the JoJo's way.
Well,
Basically.
Alicization was going to be 50 episodes or whatever, and then they cut it in half.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
broke it up. So wait till this one ends. Marathon the whole thing. It's actually a really good story, and there's kind of a time skip, but not really a time skip. It's different things.
Oh no!
Just watch it. It's really good and a lot more straightforward than the other stuff.
Oh, that's probably the most.
But
we talked
also
about
watch all of
SAO.
the other stuff because it's perfect. It's perfect anime.
That is the
all
most
of
we've
SAO
talked about
is
SAO
perfect.
on the show in like one go.
Now, oh no, wait, I'm not done.
Oh,
There's also a new season of Food Wars. I haven't started it yet,
I haven't started
but
yet.
it's happening. Now I'm done.
I was talking to Chase about it earlier. Food Wars, like, I read the manga, so
Same.
I just catch like clips of like
Yeah.
scenes that I want to
What's-
see animated,
yeah.
and how they do color and stuff for it.
How they do this scene.
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't watched Food Wars since like the OVAs between like season 2 and season 3. So
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
I
nothing
only
wrong
I
with
only
that.
watched season 2.
yeah,
The
so-
show really has only gone down in quality.
Do you want to go next, or you want me to go next?
Yeah, sure, I can go next.
Okay.
I'll just start with things I watched this season outside of what George is. Don't look
Oh,
at.
sorry. I wasn't looking. I'm blind.
Spoilers.
So stuff I've watched this season was the same stuff as George. It's all fun stuff, and then the cautious hero.
Okay.
The hero is overpowered but overly cautious.
I haven't. I want to watch that, but I haven't added it
It's
yet.
so much dumb fun. So the story is there's the realm of the gods, right?
Right.
And they've got all the realms around them. They're tiered gods based on how many worlds they save. So we're following the story of Rosette, the healer, who got assigned this S tier world to save. So she goes and gets a huge list of people. She said, "I like getting Japanese people." Because she literally says, "I like getting Japanese people because they readily accept this kind of stuff because they play video games and stuff like that all the time."
That's ridiculous.
So she's flinging papers around and she finally lands on one. She's like, "These stats are broken. I want this person. He's only level 1. So she summons him and he immediately is just like, "Who are you? I don't believe you. Prove what's going on." He thinks he's there to kill her. He wants to kill her. It's just, he's questioning everything. 'cause
Right.
He's overly cautious. So he's just, every moment he's questioning something. So then she finally convinces him to go into the world to save it.
Right.
He goes into this hyperbolic like Dragon Ball Z time chamber and he just trains for like a week straight. He's like, "I'm finally ready to go in." They go to this world and buy some equipment, talk to some people. He gets a sword and stuff. They go outside and find a slime and just like, "Okay, we're going to go kill some stuff." He takes his strongest slash attack and slices the thing in half. And she was like, "Okay, I think it's dead. You didn't need to do that." Then he uses Hell's Fire, which is this like nuke, and just nukes it. And she was like, "Okay, I think it's gone. You don't have to kill it." He was like, "This thing could come back and regenerate. I have to kill like every cell of its being." So he just spams his abilities on it. So since he's spamming all these abilities, one of the end game bosses shows up.
Right.
And it's like, "I sensed your magic from the start. I came here to fight you because like this is what they do in these realms now.
Right.
It's like we gotta wait for heroes to be summoned to the starting area because that's of course where they're going to go. So we're going to kill them when they show up." So then
Oh my god.
it's just you just need to watch it. Like It's
I'd
another one
plan
of
on
those. It's another one of those like anti-trope
Okay.
isekai, but it does it pretty well because
It's just like what can I make? What kind of twist can I put on this?
yeah,
to
pretty
make it
much. And
new?
this twist is actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Next greatest thing is he's voiced by Goblin Slayer. Main character is voiced by the guy who did Goblin Slayer.
Does he wear a helmet?
No, but like you
Oh.
can tell it's like his deep raspy voice is
Right.
really good.
Awesome.
So that if you're into isekai and need a new twist on your thousands of isekai coming out, it's pretty good. I like it. But that's what I'm watching this season in Azure Lane.
Azure Lane.
So I already gave it a 9. I can't give it a 10. It's
Yeah.
only reserved for one show.
The scene where Azure Lane came on and she did the thing.
What thing?
You remember she ran around with the bow? And
Oh
she-
yeah. So episode 1, if you play Azure Lane, Enterprise has one line that she says in game when she uses her ability. She goes "Owari da," which means it's over. She didn't say that in episode 1.
What?
It was a little tilting.
She literally killed another
Boo.
boat and she didn't
Well,
say
she didn't
it.
kill it.
Well, she murdered
shot
it.
it with an
Yeah.
arrow. Shot
Yeah.
her. They're all girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're not a fan of the show, it's oh my goodness. If you're not a fan of the show, it's very overwhelming. There's a lot of characters, and the story doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No, it certainly didn't.
The story literally does not make sense, but it's actually pretty good animation. There's a lot of color, very
It
bright.
was well animated. I
It's-
can say that.
Pretty good, pretty good. If you're into Boat Girls, watch it. If
I
you're into
am.
if you're into Azure Lane, watch it.
I'm not.
If you're not into either, just pass.
Hmm.
That's all I can say about the show.
Fair enough.
You're either into it or not into it.
Sword.
I mean, that's what I'm watching this season. I don't know, a whole bunch of other crap.
Just
So,
playing WoW.
I'm playing a lot of WoW, but I'm trying to get anime in there so I can keep doing this.
Good, good.
So I'll start from when I left for Rome, in order of what I watched to now. So I finally watched Alita: Battle Angel.
And
the movie?
The movie? Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know anything about the manga.
Okay.
same.
So,
Did you watch the OVAs or anything? The 2 OVAs? that came
No,
out?
I just
Okay.
watched the American movie release.
Gotcha.
And I sat there. I was like, this is incredibly average. There's nothing bad about it, but there's nothing overly good about it, other
Right.
than the sport ball. I don't remember what it's called, but the scene where in the trailer she's skating around fighting the other robots.
Right.
Okay.
That scene was really good.
Who's the best character?
The guy, I can't remember his name.
Christoph Waltz?
Yeah, Hans,
Okay.
Hans Landon.
Yeah. Hans Landon.
Best character. I
Is
love
it
him.
Hans
Colonel
Landa?
Hans Landa, yeah.
Yeah, from Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah. But best character only because of that.
I figured just because Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
But
I was
I
just
just
like,
wanted to check.
yeah. I mean, because the other characters like Giga Bland, there's not a whole lot of characters in there. It's like
Yeah.
it's a lot of Alita, a lot of his character, and a lot of the male character.
It sounds like the Ghost in the Shell
Yeah.
movie.
I like Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah,
mean,
Ghost
I
in the
like
Shell
Ghost
is
in the
good.
The
Shell.
original is better, obviously.
Well,
but
I'm talking about the
the
live
remake
action
was not
one.
bad.
Yeah. But I mean, the movie's incredibly average. Like if you're a fan of Japanese content getting westernized,
It was also a really weird team that brought it here because
Yeah.
James Cameron had a hand in it,
yeah.
and it was directed by Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez? No.
No, that's a baseball player.
I
That's
know.
A-Rod.
I know. That's why I was confused.
I
It's
don't-
the same
I don't
guy who
remember.
did Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
You just keep going.
Look
I'm gonna
it
look up his name.
Well, I mean, it's just like I said, it's just incredibly average. There's like
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
bad
yeah.
to say about it, but there's nothing good to say about it.
It's
Like
just,
it's a little unsettling that. So they had an actual like girl,
Robert Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez.
Right.
So it was like an actual girl as Alita, but like they CG'd her up to make her
Right.
more,
Especially
whatever.
her eyes.
Yeah.
The big eye thing was
yeah.
a weird.
But it's just
thing
like there's
for
no
me.
other character in the world that looks like that.
Yeah. Even in the OVAs and in the manga, her eyes are.
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
pretty
and I
good,
know
so-
it's because in the manga she is that's her character.
Yeah. But to me, it was just like it was a little unsettling because it's like
Yeah.
she's the only character
Well,
in the world that
It's
looks
like
that.
right inside that what they call the uncanny valley, where it's just close enough that you're
Mhm.
like, this is supposed to be like this,
Yeah.
but it's just far enough away from normal that it really sticks out,
Yeah.
and it kind of puts you off.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean,
kind of like Will Smith genie.
So like it's a little unsettling. Like since she's on camera so much that you just get used to it. It's like after a half hour, you're just like, it's whatever, you're used to it.
Yeah.
But at the start, it's a little unsettling and it's just a little weird. But like I said, incredibly average. I would give it like a 5 or 6. So
just a decent movie.
yeah.
Sit
So
back, relax, watch.
I watched it on the plane, so it was like, I had to watch it in a little lower resolution on the little things they have on the back of seats. So
Fun.
I recommend watching it 4K. It would make the fighting scene a lot better.
Probably.
But moving on from that, I finally got around to watching the Tawny the Evil movie.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I love Tawny the Evil so much.
Calm down.
Yeah,
You
I don't know why you're so pumped up.
You're
Sorry.
freaking out.
You're like Flapjack.
my lips aren't anymore. So.
So I've been waiting forever for this thing to finally come to Blu-ray and get on Crunchyroll and whatever. So I love like tactics and history.
Yeah.
I love war history and all that. This movie, like Tawny the Evil, puts everything together. It's just weebified war history. So there was always this old picture going around of like you know those memes of like, how about we do this, then we add this, and then like the guys get even more excited each time they add something.
Yeah.
There's an old picture of like, well, we got to make a new anime. Let's do one about the U.S. Civil War. What can we do to make it better? They're all magical girls. So I saw that picture go around for years. And then Tawny the Evil finally came out. I was like, this is perfect. This is what we need.
This is it happening.
The German war machine is a lolly. So if you love the Tawny the Evil like anime series, you'll love this. It just continues on with it. The girl that they hinted at the end of the season one, her name is literally Mary Sue. Yeah. So they poke fun at themselves. It's like she's a Mary Sue. Like you're just a self-insert character for her if you want to be the good guy.
Man, that's.
But she literally is for she's a soldier of the United States.
Right.
So it's really weird because like you're cheering for technically the Nazi German party.
Yeah.
Against the United States of America.
Well, yeah. I mean, while I'm watching it, I just know, like, man, I know what's going down at the end of this and stuff like that, but it's still fun watching.
Yeah. I mean, the movie was incredibly good. It just continued. It's the same fun. The characters have the same interactions with each other.
So it carries. Is it the same story or is it like its own thing?
It's the same story.
Okay,
it continues
so it's
the story.
literally.
Yeah. So the end of season one, it's like they introduced this new character that was like being talked to by Being X, or she's starting to unlock some latent power. Then there's
her dad dies in the
her dad is killed by Tanya, and Tanya uses his gun. So there's a expeditionary force from the Allied nations that sent out this group of magicians to go out there. She's part of it. And she wigs out because she sees Tanya has her dad's gun. Then she goes like all Super Saiyan. They have some magic fights. Yeah, it's pretty. So there's some wonky animations in it.
Okay.
But I mean, outside of that, it's still really well done. If you like Tawny the Evil, you'll like. It's all the same characters, the same core group of people that were in her battalion in the first season.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I want to watch it again. It was so good. But I gave the movie an 8. I loved it. I loved it so much that I went back to my favorite list and put Tawny the Evil on it.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you knock off?
I don't remember. I don't know. It was the Pet Girl of Sakura. That's what I took off.
Still good.
To put on Tawny the Evil. Yeah. So after I watched the Tawny the Evil movie, I got around. So on Netflix, they added the new Kabaneri movie.
Right.
The Battle for Unada.
Have you watched it?
I watched it.
I haven't watched it yet.
I watched all 3 parts.
3 parts?
It's
split it up?
It's an hour and a half, but they split into 3 parts, 30 minutes. I don't know why.
That's an awkward choice, but okay.
Yeah, it's Netflix.
They do a lot of
Hateful Eight.
stuff.
Yeah, so
they do a lot of stuff that way.
The movie is a lot better than the series because they had more time to put into animation and all that.
And also that made up bad guy isn't in the movie.
Yeah, that bad guy was awful.
Yeah,
this bad guy actually
was
has
an anime original bad guy.
This bad guy actually has a reason to be evil and doing what he's doing.
Good.
So it's fun.
That does help.
They put in a bunch of character development for all the characters. So they, push all the couple groups together. They do all their thing. Character development is nice.
Mm-hmm.
They took a lot of time to really animate their fights. Holy moly, the fights are really well done. Man. watch it just for the fights.
Yeah. Everything with the choreography for the fights of like Kabaneri in general, like even the opening for their game, they did that first person point of view shot like for the entire thing where they're running across the train. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That I showed you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. It looks so good. I just love
Yeah.
watching fights by Wit.
Yeah. So like, they cut corners before, like they would like take out frames and they're like slashing sword.
Yeah.
And this, they literally animate like every frame.
Yes.
Like you can see everything going on, like all the steam guns going off, all the sword slashes,
That's
all the bullets being
impressive.
Movie
fired,
budget. Yeah.
all the like when bullets are being reloaded into artillery, you see everything. Like they went all out animating all the fluid movement of combat.
That is so
Nice.
cool.
Yeah. The main character's still annoying.
Yeah.
I like the main character, but his lines, all he said in the movie was "mume," over and over and over. He just kept yelling "mume." Oh my god! He only had one line, and it was "mume" for like 50 times.
Oh man, because I mean, like he's cool, like the way the weapons he uses to fight with, the fact like how he fights and stuff like that.
He's the only one who uses that crazy like steam spike.
Just like shoots out their chest.
Yeah. I just think it's cool because he made that himself.
He made it because
That's
he's
the fun
like,
part.
I know how
It's
to
his
stop
story.
them.
Yeah, so it's just they introduce new abilities of some of the Cabaneri or not the Cabaneri, the whatever they're called, the zombie.
Cabernet.
Yeah, the Cabernet. They're not
Yeah.
Cabaneri.
Cabaneri
Cabaneri
are
are the
the-
ones that are
him
half
and
zombie,
Mume.
half.
Yeah.
So, and it's just they introduce other groups.
Oh, okay,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So there's like 2 other groups that were introduced, and they're all fighting and a bunch of politics and crap. They kind of rush it because they kind of can't get it all in.
Yeah.
They really just wanted to put fights in there.
Yeah.
So
They had to add plot.
there was some plot.
I guess
There is some plot.
Some can happen.
Yeah. So I mean, I absolutely enjoyed it.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like season 1 of Cabaneri.
I mean, so what
There
it
were
was.
parts of it that I wasn't a huge fan of.
I mean, I wasn't a huge fan
liked
of
it
either, but I mean,
overall.
overall,
A lot
I
of
really enjoyed
people's
it.
opinion on it is that because Tetsuro Araki directed it and stuff
Mhm.
like that, they say it's not different from everything else he's done. It takes like a little, like, because he did Death Note, High School of the Dead, Attack on Titan, and stuff like that. Like
I know
all
a
the
lot of people are
Guilty
comparing-
Crown.
Why didn't he
It's a-
just do more High School of the Dead?
I know a lot of people are comparing it to
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
Which is why I got a lot of
the
flack.
themes. Yeah, the themes are very similar to Attack on
Yeah.
Titan, other than with the
Yeah,
trains
it
and the
is.
chest scenes
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Especially that first scene.
Mhm.
My goodness, I was like, whoa, her hair! Like the one busts through the door and just starts ripping her hair and like
Mhm.
start dragging her towards like the edge
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yep.
Really cool. But yeah, people just say it just doesn't stand out like any of his other
Yeah.
stuff.
I enjoyed season 1. The movie was really good, so it can almost work as standalone. There'll be some things you won't understand,
Alright.
but it's pretty much just characters, plot, fighting.
Okay. Yeah.
Sit down and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I do plan on watching that when I get time.
Yeah. So moving on from that, this is where things started going downhill a little bit for
Oh,
me.
no.
So I watched the Wise Man's Grandchild.
Ah,
I went on this like super giga isekai fix for like a day.
Good.
Yeah.
Let it consume you.
So I watched the Wise Man's Grandchild. I loved the show. So the show was so not good and good at the same time. So it's like they would introduce characters and then take them out at random. So like they would introduce some important character and have some plot stuff, and
Yeah.
they'd be involved with like high politics of the kingdom.
right.
Then something would happen, then they would just disappear. So it's just like they didn't know where they wanted to go with the plot, kind of thing.
I mean,
Well,
it just wasn't a good show in the
They
first
had a
place,
destination with the plot, but it's just like I don't know how to. It's so incredibly average,
Oh yeah.
slightly below average.
Yeah.
That I don't know what else to say about it.
I watched like 3 episodes, I think, of that, and I was just like, why? And I immediately just like stopped, like exited out of the video and just put on
Yeah.
like Black Clover or
I
something.
mean, I put some notes down about it, but I don't even remember why I have these notes.
oh, you because you're trying to justify the time you spend during watching.
okay.
it.
I remember why. I remember why. So there's moments in the show where they're like, this other kingdom is invading,
Okay.
and then all of a sudden it's just like a week later. The sense of urgency and the sense of time just feels so wonky. It's just like, well, if this other kingdom's invading, why are you having to set up like a week to get this going? Why are you like training all your superpowers and getting everything together when you can just go out there and be a superhero? It's so
Yeah.
the sense of urgency in the show just felt off. Like they could throw in an elder dragon coming in. They're like, well, we got like a month to prepare, so it's just
Let's get to work.
add some
everybody.
time skips, get some training in, doing whatever. Just
Training montage.
You put on the invisible ring. You sneak around.
so I don't do dubs, so I watch everything subbed.
Right.
This is the first time.
Mr. Master Race.
This is the first time I ever felt where the Japanese voice acting was unsettling, and I didn't think it was good at all.
Really?
Yeah, it just
Wow.
every character felt off, sounded off. I felt like they delivered lines weirdly.
And you don't even speak Japanese.
Yes, it's just I was just
I mean, I've had several characters for where the Japanese, like, I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
why, stop, please.
I mean, I've had that feeling
Captain
too.
Levi, Daru from Steins Gate. I hate their Japanese ones. And
I mean,
so-
I've had that feeling with
Yeah.
other shows too, but this is the first time where I felt like nothing feels right. Everything feels wrong. It was
Something's wrong here.
like it was so incredibly slightly below average that it's just like
Yeah, I know. It's really bad.
it's one of those shows that's tearing me apart because I don't know how to describe it properly.
It doesn't have confidence in anything it's trying to do
Yeah.
and stuff like even though everything it's trying
There's
to do
no-
is literally the check mark
Yeah.
how to make an anime.
Yeah, it's like
isekai.
how do we do isekai?
Yeah,
Okay, character from another world. He's got his memories from there. He's got high magic power. He's got a group of friends.
Yeah.
There's no real harem in it. I don't
The
think.
the Ragnarok one from last year, like that is literally like they just fell off. It's the same exact thing and stuff like that. They did like the checklist for everything, how to make an isekai anime and stuff like that, and then it just kind of they lost, like they just didn't pull off everything correctly.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So it ends up at like a 3 or a 4.
The only thing they didn't do on the checklist was make a harem. He had one girl and they ended up getting married.
Hey, that's something.
That's like the
Yeah.
one different
Spoilers.
thing. You're not gonna watch it.
You're right.
Actually,
I'm not.
you probably will watch.
I
it 'cause
might
it is
eventually
isekai.
because it's isekai,
But
but
I mean, it's
probably
so
not.
bad. So then I went further. I gave it a 4. So
That's
Fair.
still not that bad.
it's still, like I said, it's so incredibly like they just went down the checklist, but they did the checklist poorly.
Right.
So like they hit the bar, but a little bit under the bar.
just they tipped the bar just
Yeah,
enough
like
that it fell before they could get off the mat.
Yeah. So I mean,
The high jump did not count.
so I went further down the rabbit hole. I went to Demon Lord Retry.
Oh my goodness!
I don't even know
Stop!
what that is.
This show
Stop! No!
So this dude is talking about he's shutting down his game he's been developing for 15 years. He's shutting down all the servers.
Okay.
So as he's shutting down the servers at midnight, he gets sucked into this world as the Demon Lord character from his video game. And that's it.
Just watch Overworld.
Overlord.
Overlord.
Oh yeah,
Overlord.
definitely watch Overlord because
Yeah.
this show is bad.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't accept that he's like a demon lord, but he still is a demon lord.
The girl who's with him is literally like a blonde Rem
Yeah.
like reskin and
Yeah.
stuff like that,
Oh,
and
man.
she's
Like
just
her-
useless.
her story was nice though. Like it sets up that the character has like good intentions, right?
right.
But then they just made her a moe blob,
Yeah.
and then they just keep adding characters that you don't like. The animation's so
The animation is terrible.
The animation's awful.
It's
like there's literally one scene where he's fighting a demon, and it's like something Chase could make.
Yeah.
Like you go into Flashmaker.
Oh, thanks, man.
You
I
add like
appreciate that.
I'm just saying like it's at that
just trying to
level-
be realistic, man.
But it's at that level where somebody like Chase can just open up like a Flash animator, set up a background, 2 models, a giant like beam,
yeah.
and then a character with a shield.
The cardboard
that
cutout
blocks.
spins around,
Yeah.
and like flips over the
Yeah.
beam.
It's
Oh,
so
man.
poorly done.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like the Ultimate Showdown of the Ultimate Destiny.
yeah. It's just-
Animation.
but it's like
That's amazing.
there's no moments in there where you feel like, oh, this has good animation. They put all their time into there. The show looks bad through the entire
it
thing.
looks generic at best.
yeah.
generic at best.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's so bad.
I love it.
They tried to checklist everything on Isekai,
Yeah.
but like as twist to it.
Also, the
But-
main character looks like he's like pissed off all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like.
So there's this one plot into it where he gets this like evil ring
Mhm.
on him, and it's like trying to overtake him, and just like you just want to kill them all, just throw a grenade in there and kill them all. He's like, I
Whoa.
can't do that. Then like the spirit of his like actual person like comes and like grabs the ring, and then he passes out all of a sudden. Don't explain that. The ring.
It's the ghost of Tanabari.
It's not the ghost of Tanabari.
It's the ghost of Tanabari.
It's not the ghost of Tanabari.
He's just coming.
He kind of did look like Tanabari.
Yeah, he's just coming in. He's just like, I'm here for
my-
you.
I hated that. I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that trope so much.
Oh
but
no.
so there's this ring on him that just like leaks black smoke and is trying to overtake his mind and make him do evil things. He stopped it with the spirit of himself, and they didn't explain it or mention anything about it.
Mm.
Ring tries to overtake him again, and then he just switches characters into the silver dragon.
What?
Don't explain anything. Then the ring is never mentioned again. It's just gone.
Why does this show exist?
I don't know.
Demon
But,
Lord retries.
but it's just like he goes into a village with bunny girls, and he tries to set up like a hot
That's why it
spring.
exists.
You got to remember that what's it called? Because isekai is literally banned from light novel competitions.
Yeah.
Like now and stuff like because
There's
there's
so
literally
much.
so much.
That's
Like,
amazing.
so it's like the fact that they're literally banned from competitions means
Yeah.
there's so much being made that the chances of one getting an anime of it and stuff like that because it sells.
Yeah.
You know, it.
It's
People love it.
yeah. It's so bad.
I love it.
No, you would literally.
I would hate that, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
There's,
isekai.
there's a point where you're like, why?
So
Stop it.
this show was so bad.
Don't be like that.
and tried to hit the bar but went under it that I went and changed my Shield Hero score.
And you raised it up, the rising of the shield
I
here.
put Shield Hero to a 7 because I watched all this other stuff. I was like, all this stuff hit the bar.
That's
Like,
why it exists.
They were aiming for the bar.
I
so
told you
hard.
that when we were talking about
Just
it.
like- so I was like, when I was watching Shield, I didn't watch a whole lot of isekai before.
Yeah.
So I get to Shield Hero, I was like, okay, this is like the bar.
No.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
It's just
Shield-
my experience
yeah.
for isekai before that was like SAO and ReZero and stuff like
so
that.
you know
Right.
that the bar is high
And like,
because SAO's a 10.
But it's just like I love Overlord. That's like my favorite isekai.
It's okay. I mean, it's not SAO, but it's good.
Right.
Mine's probably
Except for
Rising
that.
Shooting,
Except for the
right?
first half of season 2.
I started just watching all this other stuff. I was like, okay, they're trying to hit the bar, and I set the bar at Shield Hero, but it's nowhere near Shield Hero.
Yeah.
So let me
It's
just-
so low.
Let me bump this up so they can stay in their
Yes.
cesspit.
Yeah.
Shield Hero was very well done.
Yes.
I love Shield Hero. So
I'm a big.
I
fan
have
of
not
Shield.
enjoyed an isekai in a long time, especially I did that one.
Oh well, you haven't seen Alicization yet.
Oh, hey.
Nobody's seen Alicization because nobody likes it.
I've seen Alicization and I love it. So everything. you
Name
just said
one
was
other
false.
person.
Literally anyone with good taste, and it exists.
Has Aaron seen it?
Aaron exists, but he doesn't have good taste.
just come
Do you have more still?
Yeah, I got one more.
Oh man.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
I
since
mean,
we've
it's
done
been a
stuff.
while since we've recorded, so it's okay if this one goes long. So
Oh, yeah,
keep going.
it's definitely
It's
gonna
going to be a long
So,
episode.
Demon Lord Reach, I gave it a 3. I think that's gracious that I gave it a 3.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, from the way you described it, that seems gracious.
I would have probably given it a 2. But
I would give like, I mean, you got to think like 2 is like, what is that show? Remember that one with the car chase scene that you showed me and stuff like that? Yeah, Polyphonica.
Yeah, Polyphonica, yeah.
That's like a 2 right
Yeah,
there.
that's like a 1.
Yeah. And so like when you compare the animation to that, it's like okay, so it is better than that. So it's
Yeah.
not a 2.
It's just
But it also depends on the story.
the story was ass.
The story was garbage, even if the animation is slightly better.
It's
than
not.
Do
that.
we just watch the chase scene after this?
We-
Polyphonica and Show
I
George.
want to because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, we just gotta watch
And
the
I
chase
want to see a
scenes.
bad thing from that show.
It's
too.
horrendous. So I went from I'm still on an isekai kick from that. So after that, I finally went to the
That one wasn't enough to kick you off.
no, I was just like,
Oh,
I need to feed this addiction.
I agree.
So
Isekai is a drug.
He just wants to go into WoW.
I
He wants to be
kinda did.
transported into WoW.
I mean, it was from Tanya the Evil, because that's an isekai.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I mean, I was just like,
technically.
I was sitting there, I was like, I want to keep watching stuff like Tanya the Evil,
right.
like war tactic shows, isekai garbage.
Yeah.
So I spiraled, and I'm still spiraling. So I finally ended it all off with Tenchi Muyo. I finally entered the Tenchi Muyo universe. I've heard a lot about the Tenchi Muyo universe, so I finally took my first leap, and it was the spin-off series Tenchi Muyo: The War of Geminar, or Geminar, or whatever you want to call it. So Tenchi Muyo is it's like one of the first isekais.
Tenchi Muyo is a 90s. It's technically not an isekai because
he gets pulled from his world.
Yeah, so the first TV series of Tenchi Muyu's Tenchi Universe, it aired in
Early 90s.
95.
Yeah.
And basically a bunch of aliens come to his place, and then they all end up going to outer space and stuff like that, and beyond the ren. It's an adventure. It's really fun.
Yeah, Tenchi Muyo War of Geminar is isekai though, because he literally gets pulled from Japan into an alternate universe.
Right.
So that makes it isekai.
Yeah.
That makes it isekai. So it is.
The jury has decided it's isekai.
It done be isekai.
So this show was like the most cliche thing ever.
What?
It's like there's every trope in there.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, that's
But
true
like
for them.
the way they told the story.
The question though, was it cliche then?
The
2006.
Tenchi Muyo's.
Yes, the answer is
no,
yes.
2000,
It was
2009. Yeah.
Then the answer is yes. It was also cliche
Yes.
then.
So like
Okay.
every character was cliche. They had a trope.
Yep.
They all had something they abided by.
Mhm.
But the way they told the story and explained the characters and had them interact, you love those tropes.
Okay.
They're fun.
Yeah.
I like it when
You
that
didn't hate the
happens.
tropes. You're like, okay, I love these characters because you can get behind them. You can root for them.
Yeah.
It's a straight harem.
Because
so,
when you get down to it, pretty much every character is pretty tropey and stuff like
Yeah.
that in any piece of media and stuff like that. It's just the ones that have a little bit more depth to them.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
so the story had a really strong start. It was a lot of fun. Like there was literally a beach episode. They're in a school setting.
Yeah.
He's overpowered.
Yeah, because it's still a harem series.
Yeah, characters follow tropes and stuff like that, like the tsundere, the confident female character, the princess in distress, and stuff like that.
I can watch that show.
It's pretty good. So I think it fell apart for me a little bit towards the end
Okay.
because the
They
story
always do.
the story was getting really good, but I think it was getting a little hard for me to follow, or just maybe I didn't enjoy it as much because I've never watched Tenchi Muyo stuff.
Right.
So I don't know if not watching other things in the series and having the whole world and everything established makes sense. And there's just some weird stuff like when they finally leave the school because it got invaded, he meets with the Dark Elf's father, the king, and he races him to have his daughter engaged to him. It was really weird. Like they already did one obstacle race, like some sports festival. So it's just it's really good. It's really tropey. It's very generic. I think it's one of the better Tenchi Muyo things.
Yeah, it is one of the better ones.
So,
Okay.
But it was also, I think it was also losing me because it was every episode is 45 minutes.
Oh, it's
So
long.
it was
Okay.
It's basically
yeah,
26
yeah.
episodes,
Yeah.
but 13 episodes, 45
So
minutes each.
yeah.
Yeah, because it was a monthly release, not a weekly release.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're into big robots, overpowered character, super tropey characters,
I am.
super cliche characters
I
that are
am.
enjoyable,
I am.
you'll enjoy Tenchi Muyo.
I like all those things.
Hey, it sounds like it's for you.
Yeah.
Now you got me wanting to watch Promare again. When can we watch Promare again?
We can actually talk about Promare all we want because
Yeah, that's true. Because it is.
That's true. We could
Yeah.
talk about that. Well, let's let Chase go first, and then we can decide if we want to talk about that now.
Oh, yeah.
Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah.
I gave it a 6. The one Geminar.
Nice.
If I know about Tenchi Muyo and I feel better about the show, I might bump it up if I watch other Tenchi Muyo stuff.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it's a 6.
Okay.
So I'll explain. I watched the first two, and I gave those two about a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
so-
about right. I heard it bounces around.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it varies in
There's-
quality.
There's good
between-
parts and stuff like that, and then there's like, okay, this is like still and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But like, yeah,
Okay.
it's about a 6, 7. You know.
And
Yeah.
the very last thing I finally just started was Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Oh,
that's
you're
right,
watching
yeah.
Demon
Yeah,
Slayer,
I'm
okay.
watching it.
Giving it that second go.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not-
thinking about at least giving it the first 3 episodes.
I would watch it all, but I don't want to like fall into like I want to be a follower. I want to be a trendsetter.
Everyone keeps. No, you don't.
Yeah, I
You
do.
liar.
I want to be
You're
above the
basic.
grain. No, dude.
You're
Because
basic.
he
everyone's
watched Handshakers.
Yeah.
The
See,
Ziggurats
I'm out there
and the
I'm out there
Nimrods.
looking for all these
Ziggurats and the Nimrods.
I'm searching for those hidden gems out there.
You're not searching for no hidden
The
gems.
Chaos Emeralds, where are they?
You're not searching for hidden gems. You watch Handshakers for crying
Yeah.
out loud. Surprised you didn't get a seizure. That's what you're looking for.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
well, he has one eye.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I can tell
Yeah.
you right now, if you want a seizure, there's a single episode of Pokemon out there that you need to find.
I've seen that.
Oh, yeah. So I mean, I watched Demon Slayer. I'm only at episode 7.
Okay.
It's he just completed his first mission after becoming a Demon Slayer core.
Okay.
So it's first episode we all watched together. His family got slaughtered. His sister is a demon.
It gets better after the first episode.
And after that, he gets tortured while he's training, and then he goes
Nice.
to take the test. Spoilers: he passes because
What?
there's 26 episodes.
Dude.
And then
spoilers.
And then that's as far as I got.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. It's better than when we were sitting here making fun of the first episode. It's getting enjoyable.
Yeah.
I've heard the fights in it are very well done.
They
because
are really
it's
so.
ufotable.
Yeah.
It's ufotable, and then he does his water stance because he trained under the dude that does water stance.
Mm.
So they add like a Japanese art style like water.
Ah.
It's not actually like part of the move, but it's
Yeah.
just like Japanese art.
Yeah, I've seen the animation.
Yeah, it's
before.
pretty-
It looks pretty cool.
It looks really cool.
It looks
And it's pretty
cool.
well animated too.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like we said, it's ufotable. So
They do what they do, and they do it very, very well.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm enjoying it. I can see why there's hype behind it. I'll probably finish it. I'll probably rate it above average. I'm with the crowd.
Hey.
That's it for me. I'm caught up all
Okay.
from like 4 weeks ago.
All right. I have like a bazillion things on here.
We know.
I'm not going to talk about everything. I'm going to select the 4 big things that I really want to talk about.
Hit us.
Oh.
And I'm
okay.
also going to mention the fact that the extra thing is that I did watch Tenchi Muyo
Yeah.
Universe and Tenchi
Which is-
Muyo in Tokyo.
So the funny thing was, I watched Tenchi Muyo and I wanted to go
Yeah.
add to my list, and then I saw that Chase added to his list Tenchi Muyo.
The
I was like,
ori-
we're
like yeah.
connected in some weird cosmic way.
I was watching the 90s ones and he's jumped straight to like the one that everyone says is the best one or whatever.
Yeah.
So-
We're just it was just weird
Yeah.
because like we're oddly connected.
Yeah, and I know. And it just like when I thought about that, it just reminded me of the thing where it's like I think it was either you or Jeff or something like that. I was like, hey, I'm watching Sailor Moon, and one of you guys are like, why don't you just watch Crystal? 'Cause it's
yeah.
like it's the new one that's
Yeah.
out now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I want to watch it now. Anyway, oh, and also Star Blazers. Yeah, that was also
Oh, yeah,
too.
yeah.
Because I went and watched the old.
You
Star
watched the
Blazers.
original one, yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that I did, and this is what I was mentioning last episode, but I didn't want to. What you want that candy?
No, I think he wants the candy.
I'm just looking.
Okay.
At the candy.
Anyway, the thing that I mentioned last time that I said, I don't want you guys to be upset at me for 2 episodes and I'll just make it 1 because I wasn't done with it yet, was I watched all 70-something episodes of Sonic X.
I knew it was Sonic.
Yeah, I know.
Ew.
And the main reason I watched that is because I was on like a big Sonic
Was
kick.
that the one that was aired on like Kids WB?
Yeah. And they're
Okay,
like, go.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Man, and I didn't realize how many episodes of it I've actually seen because I was watching, I was like, half the episodes I've already seen before. And I
Yeah.
was just like, man, I have seen this. I know exactly what happens in this episode.
Yep.
Sonic jumps on top of the guy's car and he slaps his butt in front of him.
Yep.
And then he runs across the finish line. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Sonic.
And that kicked off my Sonic fandom because I don't know.
That's a very dark fandom.
I know, because I was just like, because I used to be big into Sonic, and then I was just like, no, Sonic's like just trying to be a cool kid and stuff like that, and I don't think that's pretty cool and stuff like that. So I was like,
never
no
got
one.
into Sonic.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like Sonic anymore. I used to play like all like the old like Sonic Adventure Battle 2, the Riders, like all the old Sonic games and stuff like that because my grandma had Genesis.
Did you
and stuff
play the Sonic game on GameCube?
Which one?
The one with the mini game where you took care of pets.
Yeah, it's Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
The Chows.
The chow. That was the best part of
Yeah.
any Sonic game.
Sonic.
I love the
Yeah.
Chows.
That
I was
that
never
is-
good at them.
Me neither.
Yeah. Oh man, we played that all the time and stuff like that. We played
We think it's gonna sound like a bomb going off
Yeah.
the mic. I still probably picked it up.
yeah, you can see the little flick here. But yeah, we
I
played.
tried to make it quieter, but you still called it out, so it didn't help.
Yeah, we went quiet for it. We played the Chow Gardens like all
I
the time.
played it all the time.
We had like so many of them.
I hated that game outside the Chow Gardens.
I still enjoy it. In fact, I went and played Sonic Adventure and did the Sonic route and stuff like that. If
Uh-huh.
you did it like on Wednesday or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I started playing like some of the older Sonic games and stuff like that, like all the bad ones that are on
Yeah.
like Wii and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, I really enjoy Sonic. So if you one day see me in like a Sonic onesie or wearing a Sonic hat, don't be surprised because I'm a Sonic fan again.
I don't know you then.
I'm a Sonic fan. Gotta go fast. Anyway,
Yes.
let's see. Oh, I'll jump back. What are you looking at?
I'm on
list.
my anime. I'm looking at the
Oh,
things
okay.
you guys have watched recently.
Gotcha. I want to go into the games because the game, one of the games that I played
Yeah.
was, so you guys remember Zonky Zero, the game I told you about, the
Yeah.
Spike Chunsoft one, stuff
Yeah.
like that? I started playing it, and then like I literally put it in the second time I started playing it, and like I think you guys left on Saturday or something like
No,
that.
I watched the start of it.
Yeah. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I was just like, man, this is. I
Because
really
you weren't
want...
reading anything.
Well, no, it's just the characters aren't good.
Oh.
It's all voice acted, so it's like. But the characters just like really, I don't like them. And then like now that I look back on it and I see that there's a lot more gameplay. It's literally a dungeon crawler
Yeah.
with like, it's very heavy on that action combat side of things. And I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting like really heavy visual novel
Yeah.
with just looking around.
Because that's how they did their other games.
Yeah, that's how Danganronpa is. It's just
Yeah.
like literally walking around and stuff like that. But Danganronpa doesn't have the action combat of it and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But anyways, a couple weeks ago, Spike Chunsoft released another game, the Somnium Files. And this game, my goodness. I played for this game. I beat it in like a week. I platinumed it and everything. It's an easy platinum.
Oh.
But my goodness. This is probably my game of the year right now. It's so fun. It's got the same kind of like what's it called? Storytelling, like the Zero Escape games have. And it does have the multiple timelines, and remembering different timelines stuff from that, but it doesn't go in heavy on that. It assumes like you've already experienced that before or whatever, like with Steins Gate or like Zero Escape and stuff like that. So it just kind of it hints at that. And then it doesn't like pick up on that, which I'm actually kind of cool with that because the gameplay side of it and like everything else to it is really well done in my opinion. Yeah, I really enjoy it. The characters are all fun. It gets super cheesy. All the action scenes are literally goofy and stuff like that, and it ends up to the main character just throwing a porno magazine and stuff like that. A bunch of guys, and they all dive under it. They're like, "We found the hidden treasure," and then you like blow up a barrel beside them or something like that.
That's how you played Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, and apparently the main character Dante, he moves faster. He moves like 100% faster whenever he thinks there's a porn mag in front of him or something like that. So like it's like he has an artificial eyeball.
Oh, okay.
That's like showing him and stuff like that. So that's like the high tech part of it, and he's also a
Okay.
detective.
Okay, I'll know a zero.
Yeah. So it's like telling him like, Dante, look at your feet, and like he'll glance down and he'll see a magazine and he'll just be like, yes, and he'll like dive like really quick at it and like a bunch of bullets will fly over his head. And then he'll pick it up and he'll see it's a cookie magazine. It's like it's all super goofy.
Mm-hmm.
And the ending is literally like one of the goofiest things ever, but it wraps I'm talking about the credit scene and stuff like that. The credit scene is one of the goofiest things ever and stuff like that. But it wraps itself up in a way that is super satisfying. The places are memorable and stuff like that because it's still like a visual novel. I think it took me about 30 hours to like just 100% the game.
Okay.
Which is that's short. That's
really
short
good.
for a visual
Short,
novel.
yeah.
Yeah. And I was really excited about that. The gameplay aspect of it is fun because when you're investigating scenes and stuff like that, you control Aiba as like an avatar form of her inside the dream world, and you get to mess with stuff. And because it's a dream world, it's not going to be realistic whatever you do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's points where it's like there's a ceiling fan just spinning around and stuff like that, and you can mess with it and you're like grab onto it, and so she grabs onto it and she's literally just like swinging around the room and stuff like that. Really fun. There's like a bunch of points where there's like just like a pot of cooking like green stuff or whatever, and you can have her pick it up and put it on her head and wear it around for the rest of the mission. Really fun stuff. It doesn't take itself super seriously, but at the same time the serious parts like do actually like hit when it does.
Yeah.
So it's a good mix, and I really enjoy it. It's my game of the year right now. I'm super happy with it.
What about Luigi's Mansion 3?
What about
That's not how
Fire Emblem Three Houses?
I haven't played
What
that.
about
Wii.
Pokemon Sword and
What
Shield.
about Pokemon Sword
I
and
haven't
Shield?
played those Wii
What about
games
World
yet.
of Warcraft Classic?
What about Death Stranding?
I haven't played those Weeb games yet. This is the most Weeb out of all of those games. Yeah. But anyway, that's the Somnium Files. I'm really satisfied with that. I was really looking for some like Zero Escape kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that was closest to it. but at the same time, it wasn't claustrophobic like the Danganronpa games and the Zero Escape games, where you're just like confined to a small space and you don't know what's going on outside. Let's see. So that's the gaming side of it. The 3 Swim Bros movies all dropped on Funimation, and I watched all of them. The one I want to talk about specifically, though, is High Speed, the one about the prequel where they were in middle school and they were swimming. Really good movie. If you've seen like the first season and you know like who the characters are and stuff like that, it's like, oh, okay. And you watch that movie, it's an amazing movie. That's a really good movie. It's really well done. It's got a lot of great scenes. There's one scene, I'm not gonna say which one it is and stuff like that, but it had that little magical moment in it, and I was just like,
that
wow.
Kirani moment.
Yeah, I was just like, man, we're not gonna get this anymore. Unfortunately, we're not gonna get this anymore.
You never know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right.
Because I didn't know 3 movies were coming out. So.
That's true. But man, that's a real good movie, and the other movies are good too. For it. Let's see, what else? What else was there? So that's that. 1, 2.
You said 4 things you wanted to hit on.
4 big things you wanted to hit on.
Yeah, you hit Sonic, game.
How'd you forget them?
Free.
There were only 4.
I know. 4 of your million things.
I know what one of them is, but I feel like there was one more.
What's up, man?
You kind of like half hit something on Tenchi Muyo.
No, Tenchi Muyo wasn't one of the big ones.
But it was like a half hit.
I just wanted to... I think that was probably the... So how many have I said so far? I said 4 things, right?
Yeah, it's 4 things if you count Tenchi Muyo.
So yeah, then
Okay,
so yeah. So this is the 5th thing then.
Okay.
So the 5th thing
now he's
that I'm super excited
He
about
lies a lot.
is that yesterday dropped the final episode of Astra Lost in Space. This show... I think I was telling you guys about it like the last couple episodes or whatever. It's the one where all the kids go to space
Let's
camp.
Play one?
No. All the kids go to space camp, and then they get sucked into space. And they're just stranded in space.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you did tell us about this.
I watched the last 5 episodes of it. This is a good show. And so what it is when you're watching the show, and there's like a lot of moments where like the characters are just like some of the funnest characters like you've had.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool, like, you know, you can tell which character is going to focus on during an episode and stuff like that, because, you know, it's like hinting at them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then everything gets resolved and everyone's happy at the end of the episode, and then they're making their way back home and stuff. And things start happening, and they start revealing more of like what's actually going on, and you're just like, oh, okay, I never would have saw this coming.
Yeah.
But okay, this is cool. And you get to the end of the show, and it like the last episode is like the length of 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So it's like longer, and so is the first episode.
Yeah.
So it's technically like 15 or 14 episodes and stuff like that, but yeah, it's only 12.
Yeah.
And you're watching it, and you're getting like halfway through, and you're just like, this is a bow tie ending. 6.5 out of 10 and stuff like that. It's like I really enjoy this.
Like a chase 6.5 or an actual
like kind of an actual 6.5 and stuff like that. And then you get to the like it ends up like the longer the last episode keeps going on, you're just like, oh, wait a minute, because they're not just settling for that, like, you know, wrap everything in a bow tie, present in front of you, perfect ending and stuff like that. Everyone's happy at the end and stuff like that. They add a little bit extra to it and stuff. And I was just like, this is really special. This is a special kind of show that I'm watching here.
Yeah.
And the way it just kind of like it ends is I got a little misty-eyed at the end and stuff like that.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's hard to find shows like that sometimes.
I think I mentioned this before. I never like I probably have like a handful of things that I've actually cried before, but the more I watch stuff now and stuff like that, I definitely get misty-eyed a little bit, like on a lot more stuff than I used to.
I mean, I feel you on that
and
one.
Yeah, this one was definitely one, because it didn't just settle for that bow tie ending and stuff like that. And
is it do you still get that post-watch depression?
I almost did. I was really satisfied with this ending because of the way it ends and stuff like that, and the message that it tries to leave you with at the end and stuff like that. Really good. It's not like the post kind of like
the
ending
empty feeling, like,
yeah.
well, what do I do now?
It's not quite that.
Yeah,
but it's really good. I gave this show an 8.8 out of 10.
Okay.
It was something special. This one's gonna be one of my contenders for anime of the year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's I wasn't expecting it. And if you guys remember, I was mentioning it on like the score of the show and stuff like that was around like 1,500 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
By the last like 2 or 3 episodes and stuff like that, it dropped to like top 300 or whatever. So like on Mal and stuff like that. So I assume I'm not the only one who agrees with this.
Yeah, that's
So-
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Astra Lost in Space.
I'll have to check it out.
I recommend at least checking it out. It's
I'm-
it's definitely worth it. There's some weird stuff in it and stuff like that, but I think if you look past like the weirdness about it and stuff like that, you'll find something really enjoyable here.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, not to like cut you off.
No,
like,
you're good, because that was all I
like,
was saying.
break up this happy moment. This goes back to news. Did you guys see? Ash finally won a league championship.
Yeah, I heard
Wait,
about
what?
that. Ash beat the league.
Ash won the Sun and Moon League.
In
In
Pokemon,
the show.
anime?
Yeah.
How'd he do it?
It was the 3-on-3 battle. It was Pikachu, his rock dog dude, and something else.
So was this like a build up kind of win? Or
Yeah.
was it just like, hey Ash, you are the best?
no, it was like
Was it like one of these things where it's like a super anime scene where he's like getting ready to lose and he's like on his last leg and he's just like, I only have
So
one.
I didn't watch the
one
episode.
more.
I watched the breakdown of it of each fight that happened,
Right.
and then like he's happy he's won. He's holding up the trophy, and then Guzma comes and like blows up the stadium and stuff. But he still won the league.
Right.
So what this is also crazy is since he won, they also said they're coming out that they want to like reboot
Pokemon?
Pokemon. Like they want to redo how they do it, and they've already released information about the next season. How they're going to have like this dual protagonist thing going on.
Whoa.
And how they might change how they do Pokemon now. So
Are we gonna get back into watching Pokemon?
I was thinking
Dude.
about it. I was like, so he finally won a league, and they're thinking about changing up how they want to do it because they've already experimented a little bit with some movies.
Yeah.
How Ash is a different personality,
Right.
different art styles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Because Sun and Moon was very different from the other stuff too, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was very different. But he finally won a league, and they're talking about maybe rebooting how they're doing the show. So
That's exciting.
instead of just like him going to a new region, I think they said they want to have like one season span across like a bunch of regions
Right.
instead of just covering one.
Ooh.
So like you can go between regions and stuff like that.
I'd like that.
Nice.
So that was just I was thinking about that for some
Right.
reason.
Right.
So
All right.
that's all I got.
Well, hey everybody, you wasted an hour and 40 minutes about that.
Hour
like
35, yeah.
Like 2 episodes.
Hour 35 minutes of listening to the world's greatest weeb anime video game podcast out there.
Well, if we're the world's greatest, it's not much of a waste, is it?
Yeah.
Well,
I am the best.
Yes.
I am the one.
They have, as a wise steward, spent their time listening to us.
You heard it from George, guys.
You are now dumber wise people for listening.
I am the best.
I am the one. And anyways, sitting on the left, as always, has been
George.
in the middle.
Derek.
Yeah.
Eric.
You just said Derek.
I think I combined it's Eric, but just kind of like Eric.
Living life with Derek.
Now they're gonna think your name is Derek.
They know it's Eric.
Do they?
Who watches?
How do you spell it?
It's a good point. No one's listening.
How
to
do you
this.
spell it?
ERIK.
And I'm on the right, and I'm Kick Puncher / Chase. And thanks for listening. Thanks for
Well, yeah,
living and
Thanks
listening.
for being alive.
Thanks for existing. And don't forget to smash that like button
subscribe.
Ring that bell.
Ring the bell.
and comment down below. And don't forget that this show is always comfort supported by Boomslink. And
We're not wearing boobs this week.
dude,
We are.
whose fault is that?
You didn't remind me.
Yeah. I didn't
Anyways, that's it, everyone. Get out of here.
Later.
Peace.
Time is money.
Why do you have
Because I bought it.
Gimme,
Why did you buy it?
Let me see.
Because I'm with money.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I can help.
It's yeah. Eric could have.
All right. You want
Eric
to chip in half?
How much is half? Like 80?
Wow.
No.
Yeah, they're like $160, right?
No, that was 200.
Why'd you get a $200 one when they're $160 for the exact
Because
same
it's the
thing?
plus.
Because this one lets us do
If
4K.
If the cap was on this, I would have smacked it, but since it's not, I'm holding back.